guys, welcome to Just Be Creative, and look what I found. One of my old sketchbooks. And this is one I haven't used yet. Check it out, guys. See, it's brand new. So we're doing the drawing today. And what we're going to be doing this drawing about, one of my favorite subjects, castles. We're going to be talking about castles today. And let me turn on the timer so this time I won't forget. And we're ready to go. So when the timer beeps, I'll know when we're done. So let me get my pencil out. And I'll start drawing the castle. And I'll explain why I like castles so much. So, I love castle drawings because they're so cool and easy to make. You know, you can start with a line right here. And you can go across right here. And as I'm doing this, I'll explain why. Castles were designed to protect king and queens from their enemies. Like from one guy who was going to attack the other guy, one guy who was going to attack another guy, you know? Now, castles were very simple designs, but they were also very complicated because, you know, to get into the castle, you had to get to the big lake or something, or, you know, stuff like that. So, we're just going to focus on the sides here. There we go. Let me initially, castles were designed to protect the royal family, like members of the royal court or members of a certain family, you know. And these men were loyal. You know, these were extremely loyal. They would bow down to their king and queen, you know, out of respect, because they respected them. Where did I put my chef in there? Okay. Oh, I still got it. Now, initially, castles were designed to protect the royal family from other stuff too, like disease. Like back then, they would have what they call bubonic plague. Now, what bubonic plague was a disease you get by not washing your hands. Of course, they didn't know it back then, so you know they didn't know. Because back then, nobody didn't know you had to wash your hands to keep your hands clean or to keep yourself safe. Because nobody practiced hygiene in the Middle Ages. I mean, it was gross, guys. You would see guys that go to work dirty and smell dirty, and, you know, you would smell like nasty, like ew. Now, the castle wasn't just designed to look nice, it was also designed to be for protection. Because, you know, if an invader force comes by your house and you're like freaking out, you're like, oh, somebody's gonna go kill us. You go to the castle for protection. Because that's what they're there for. You go to the castle for protection. And what they would do, they would close the gate. They would close the gate and be like, you know, come inside, you'll be safe here, you're alright. They would close the gate initially and be like, you know, you're safe here, go on. And this, yeah, this is also not me. I'm gonna be into my past. So, anyway, these castles would have rooms, like the king would be living on the top floor, and on the bottom floor was a real nice fancy ballroom. It was a real nice fancy, like, throne room, where they would talk to the peasants about their problems. Maybe it's about their farmland, maybe it's about their, you know, their owner, their neighbor, taking away their land, you know. I want to know who owns this property, you know. Because back then they didn't have to work for it back then. Back then, if you wanted a piece of land, you had to pay a certain amount of gold for it. And if you had the gold, they would give you the land. Straight up. It would be your property, you would own it, you'd be responsible for it, and you would have to take care of it. You know? Like now, because nowadays you have to have ownership paperwork, proof of ownership, a license, stuff like that. Like we have today. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing, because it protects the paperwork, protects the owner from like anybody who uses this land illegally. Like if this person's using this land for a certain illegal thing, like say he's doing it to make, I don't know, illegal weapons or something like that. And let's say the owner finds this out. So you would call the police, you know, and tell them something strange been going on in my land, and I told this guy to only be a farmer in this land, and that's what I told this guy, you know. Now back then in the Middle Ages, they didn't have a police force. They had knights, basically like police force. They would handle like mostly everything. Now, they would handle certain things, and they would get, as a reward, maybe some land, maybe some property they could own, you know, that they own, that they take care of. And oh yes, were there dark times in the Middle Ages? Yes, there were. Because in the Middle Ages, a royal member couldn't marry a peasant back then, because it was considered low. It was considered improper. You know, it wasn't considered back then. It was considered improper to marry someone of low birth. Now what? I guess it's a whole feudal law thing. Because back then, if you're a guy, you're on top of the world, because guys can win anything. Girls, not so much. I mean, yeah, there's a good example of a Booker ruler, Queen Victoria, and other stuff like that. But in certain Middle Ages time periods, only guys were allowed to, you know, inherit titles. Women, their job was to just make babies, and that's it. You know, because it was kind of bad for them, you know. And I know what you're going to say. Women played a huge role in the Middle Ages. Yes, they did. They did play a huge role in the Middle Ages. But for most of the time, women were responsible to make children. Back during those times. Because, you know, because men had all the rights, had all the freedom. And women's job was just to make babies. I'm just telling you that's how it was, you know. Like now it's great. Women have equal rights. They have, you know, equal freedoms. And yeah, it's not perfect, but it's working. It's getting better. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. I think it's President Roosevelt who said that. Or was it President Roosevelt who said that? Or was it like another president I remember? Or was it John F. Kennedy who said that? John F. Kennedy? Anybody know in the comments who said that from the phrase? We have nothing to fear but fear itself? Let me know in the comments, okay? So I'm just getting the initial details here. I want to make something cool. So I'm going to put like a little... I don't know how to make a good flag, so I'm going to try to make a small one. There's the flag for the other side. And then there's the other side. There's the other flag. Yeah, looking kind of nice. And some windows though. They put on those windows. But first, let me just tighten up this thing right here. Make it look nice. Make the columns look nice. Yeah, there we go. So we go down and we go across. Another window. We make a window so they can look outside. Make a little tree goes here. Put it to the side. You know, I love this job. I love doing my work. I know what you're gonna see. This is pretty basic stuff, but I like doing basic stuff. It's simple. It's not complicated. There we go. Let me check my timer. Hold on. Where did I put the timer? Where did I put that? Here it is. Come in. Oh, sorry, I'm probably using the bathroom. So we got 2 minutes, guys. So what do you think of this? What do you think of this drawing so far? And what do you think we talk about castles today? Now, if you want to know more about castles, if you want me to talk about more about this stuff, let me know in the comments, okay? That looks pretty cool. So we got 2 minutes, guys. So I'm gonna ask you guys a question at the or above. Oh, that's I'm gonna ask you guys a question, and I want you guys to be honest. What do you guys think of this video? You know, what do you guys think of what I've been doing so far here? You know, because I really want to improve my skills as an artist. I really want to improve my skills as a YouTuber. So I want to ask you guys a question. What do you guys think of this video? And give me your honest answers. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed what I talked about today. You know, let me know if you enjoyed this video today, because I really want to improve my skills. And we're almost out of time. So I'm gonna ask you guys again. In the description, when I say the words, what do you think? I mean, what do you guys think of the video? So when you see in the description, what do you think? It means, what do you think about the video? You know, let me know. And we're about almost out of time. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna make a countdown. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it, guys. We're done for today. We're done for today. We're done. Ooh, I'm glad we're done. So I'll see you guys next time. I will see you guys next time. And please take care of yourselves. Bye.